What's up guys, it's your favorite Q coach. Welcome to another student before and after video. Let's go do this thing. So welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new to Kiwi Golf Japan, we do a bunch of videos like this every single week. So what you gotta go do is you gotta go hit that little red subscribe button, smash the like button, leave a comment, all that good stuff, and let's hop into the first part of this video. Alright guys, so back with another student before and after video. This one's from Osaka. So this student was struggling with kind of the cross the line top of swing position, as well as they had the chicken wing on the follow through, right? So we're basically in this video, we're going to highlight kind of how we changed it, as well as you can kind of see the visual differences. So let's go hop into the first part. So if we take the student up to the top of their swing on the before swing, that's that classic top of swing position, right? So if you take a look, hands are right here, club head is right here, and that's very cross the line. Now from this position, the reason why we kind of have an issue with this is we tend to see students, especially with irons, which are designed for control, we tend to see students struggle with certain things with their ball flight loss. So let me kind of go into it really quickly. So the first thing we see them struggle with is spin rate, right? Whenever we start seeing the wrists have a lot of radial deviation or a lot of wrist cock in them, and we start seeing the center mass of the golf club start moving quite drastically away from the golf ball and just moving all over the place essentially, we tend to start seeing the spin rate change, right? Why is that the case? Well, the students tend to deliver inconsistent lofts and inconsistent AOAs. And whenever you have inconsistent dynamic lofts and inconsistent AOAs, spin numbers tend to vary quite significantly, right? When that's the case, you really struggle with distance control with irons, which is one of the most important things with irons is having consistent distance control, right? You don't want to have 150 yards, hit an 8-iron, and then hit it 180 yards over the green, right? No one wants to do that. So that is kind of the main reason why we tend to see with irons especially, we want to get players a little bit less crossed and just in a position that's a little bit less manipulation of the center of mass. But that's just our personal preference. It's definitely tend to work, but that's kind of the little background of why we don't like that top of swing position. Let's go show you the after swing. All right, so a couple things with the after swing. If you take a look right here on the side of the screen, you can kind of see a little white alignment stick. Now this has been the best way we found out to basically fix the cross the line position with our students. What we tend to do is we tend to hold this little white alignment stick up and we make them make a full swing at full speed. The goal is the student needs to hit the alignment stick before they start their downswing. Another key thing is when they hit the alignment stick, they need to feel like they immediately start the downswing, right? What we tend to see with that is it actually gets the student to not get as crossed, right? So let me kind of show you what that looks like. So if we take this student up to top of the swing, we're going to see, right, he hits the alignment stick right there. And then from this top of swing position, yes, does he get a little cross? Not really. And we'll kind of, let me explain cross the line real quick for you guys real quick. So cross the line, if this was perpendicular, let me get rid of these arrows. If this was perpendicular, anything to the left of this line is laid off, you could say. Anything to the right of that line is going to be cross the line. So obviously if we take a look at the before, he was very much cross the line. Now if anything, he's slightly laid off, right? So it's not in terms of our ideal position. I mean, my preference is I like to see it kind of going this way. But again, anything for this player that was a lot less this way on the left of your screen was going to be a good thing, right? And as you can see, the top of swing position looks much, much better. Now from this new top of swing position, again, remember, we were trying to get rid of the chicken wing follow through. And let's give you a quick little explanation of why the chicken wing happens and then how you can get rid of it out of your own game. So if we take a look at this before swing, I want you guys to kind of take a look at how the club works, right? So the player's doing a pretty good job of trying to get this club head laying down or basically getting into a position that is going to get into a place where he doesn't have to manipulate the club so much. But what happens is he's laying down the club shaft, right? So the club head's falling significantly behind the hands. And then what happens is it continues the lay down. So what we got here was a little bit of a high handle flip. And then as you can see, we got that little chicken wing follow through right here. And let me highlight that for you. So why does the chicken wing happen? So typically the chicken wing happens for our students is because they're trying to get the club head dragging left or basically get the club head moving in a place to where it's going to hit the sweet spot. So what happens is when this club head is out of position, right? Let's say this is the golf ball. Let's say the club head's coming in from the severe left side or the severe right side of the golf ball. What happens is the body and everything starts trying to pull away or starts to push towards the ball or tries to do something funny to get that sweet spot lining up with the golf ball. Because if you can do that, right, you're going to hit it in the sweet spot, which is a good thing. So what happens though is if you're out of position, now you start seeing the common chicken wing move. So for this particular player, the reason why he was having a chicken wing was because he was trying to, right about here, the club kind of started falling behind the hands and he started kind of raising the handle. And then from here, he was trying to drag the hands left to get that club face to square up. And then from there, you could see the classic little chicken wing. Also, the fact that he kind of got this club head looping this way and then it kind of got underneath this high handle release also made sure that he wasn't going to rotate very much through the shot, which again is another telltale sign of someone who's going to have a chicken wing. Whenever you're not rotating, the arms tend to want to drag forward, and then you get that little left elbow, or if you're lefty, your right elbow going on. Now let's go take a look at how we changed this, and you guys are going to see the chicken wing go away. All right, so if we take a look at this player, so the new one, we're seeing that the club head is still getting a little bit behind the hands here, but what happens is now from here, he's actually starting to steepen the club. And what you're going to see is on the follow through, no more chicken wing. And let me kind of explain that really quickly because it is, I think, a little bit confusing for you guys to understand. So again, here's no chicken wing, and then that one has a chicken wing. So what happened was, now that he's not as much crossed, the club head doesn't need to move behind the hands as much in early transition. And what it allows him to do is it allows him to actually start adding on a steepening move. So whenever you get the geometric center or like really any weighted object to start moving in a direction, Newton's laws tells us that that center of mass wants to continue moving in that direction unless an opposing force or torque pushes it in the opposite direction, right? It has to be greater value to push it in another way. So what happens is whenever you get really, really crossed, you're moving that sweet spot or that center of mass very, very far in terms of a distance, and it wants to continue moving that way. So it's actually really hard to stop that, right? You have to put a lot of force and torque on the club to get it to square up. Now that he's not doing that, there's less force that he has to put on the club to get it to square up, i.e. he's actually able to start adding on a steepening move, which gets rid of that chicken wing, and it also allows him to start churning through the shot. And that's essentially how we got rid of this player's chicken wing. Now, if you guys see something similar on your own games, and you guys have been having a hard time trying to fix it, you got to make sure to check out our lessons, right? So we're in Yokohama, we're in Osaka, we're in Tokyo. We're experts at this type of stuff. We can definitely get rid of your game. I mean, this player currently, I think he said he had been struggling with the cross-the-line chicken wing for like 10 plus years, right? So he had 10 years of bad motor patterns that causing this move, and it was really hard for him to fix it on his own. In literally a matter of roughly about a 2-hour lesson, we pretty much got rid of it. Now, does that mean that he's going to get rid of it for good? No, he still has to go out there and practice it correctly, or else it's going to come back again. But what it does tell you is the lesson showed him how to get rid of it, and it's up now to the student just to go practice it correctly to make it continue to get away. But we're very confident we can change that in your golf swing. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a really interesting topic when you're talking about forces and torques. We actually just had a seminar in Yokohama about it as well, but it's very interesting how these can actually go and affect the way the body starts moving to try to direct that golf club. So you got to make sure that you're on top of it. If you don't know how to do that, again, check out our lessons. But I'll see you guys next time, and have a good week.